Welcome to the stream, it's Dragonspirit Games, where coding's like magic and pixels burst to flames. With far processation and getting off school, he's crafting epic worlds and breaking all the rules. It's Dragonspirit Games where the fun never ends. Picking up friendly minds, making games with friends. He juggles all the assets, pixels operate. Watch him build a world where legends are made. Eating pixel art for breakfast, coding with a grin. He's a wizard with the keyboard. Where do we begin? His games are accessible for everyone to play. Come on in, join the fun. Let's go the day away. It's Dragonspirit Games where the fun never ends. Picking up friendly minds, making games with friends. He juggles all the assets, pixels on parade. Watch him build a world where legends are made. So hit that follow button and join the magic quest with Dragonspirit Games. Jump gaming with the best. It's Dragonspirit Games where the fun never ends. Picking up friendly minds, making games with friends. He juggles all the assets, pixels on parade. Watch him build a world where legends are made.
Well, it would help if I have the correct microphone selected. I don't know why the hell OBS decided not to have my microphone selected anymore. It just decided, that's not needed. That's my kind of day. That's my kind of day. It's not going today. I don't know. I'm not in the vibe, you know? Not in the zone. But hey, David, thank you for coming in. I'm so happy you're here. And yeah, I'm in one of those moments where I have no clue what I want to do today. I really don't. I want to make progress and I feel like I'm not making it, I keep coming back to the same over and over again, and that is that my first Amsterdam level is just not getting there. I guess I'm just being super negative at the moment, but I'm not getting into the vibe. I'm not getting there. I don't know how to make that level interesting, and I feel like I'm failing all over and over again. And yeah, this is not a level. This is just one bit of a line, and that's it. That's not gonna be enough. So yeah, I'm trying not to be negative about it. And I'm here, like I say always, I need to keep streaming to make sure that I keep working on the game, which is important. And I am. But, I would love to just be able to say, like, okay, now I'm really making progress. Look, the level's almost done. Now I can actually go forward and go through the portal and be there. You're wondering about the gray boxing? Yeah, that was last week. I don't know if you were there. Last week we were trying to box out the level, but this is basically, yeah, like you see, it is still not much. The only thing I did is put in some pointers, like here's gonna be something that is important for the level. So for example, here, as you can see, that is a trivial tutorial. Gaia learns to sprint and jump. And then you have here a tutorial not allowed to go in the bridge. So that's not a tutorial, but its main purpose is to make the prototype faster. Yeah. Yeah, its main purpose last week basically was to make clear what the level should be, and it would be great to use ready-made stuff also. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I feel like I'm going one step forward, three steps back. You know, that makes any sense. Um, I wonder if I should just work on the art again or something, or I don't know, work on functionality, or I don't. I guess it's starting to weigh me down that I'm doing it alone and I don't know everything. So, as much as I love learning and I like figuring things out, I have little time, and every time that I work on it, I feel like I'm going back, like I'm starting over, and not a good feeling to have that. So yeah, just being super open and honest about this right now. it's uh, it's hard. I know there's a lot still to be done, level designing wise, the mechanics wise, and making it interesting. Well, the player already moves. I mean, she can move. Although, we never tested this. That's funny. What the hell? There was no, there's no gravity scale on this. How the heck did it fall down? Make it kinematic instead, because it shouldn't fall. All right, so that's even more. Now this also doesn't even walk, and it's supposed to. As the player input has everything on it, and it just oh, what can I say? She was moving. Now she's not. What is not done? Fixed update. Move. Audio manager. Oh, we have no clips here. Step clip. There's 8 of them here. Oh man. The error is that there is no object set to an instance of an object, and that's exactly on the part where the audio manager instance has a clips. But I guess what I miss is an audio manager in this scene and nothing else. Yeah, because that is not yet a prefab. No. Because this one does. But where? There. Audio manager. I'm a prefab. So now should be pasting in that thing, and we should have no issue. Well, she has her idle animation. So she's getting her things there, but she doesn't walk. Let's just quickly check that in the other scene. I'm pretty sure she walked. So. She walks perfectly fine. What I find really disturbing, I don't know if you guys have the same thing as I do, what the hell is the other scene still there? My Unity having an issue? Never had that before. Oh, yeah. Dude, have you seen this? I've never seen this in my life. It's not here. It somehow loads it in. What the actual F? Oh, now it's good. Oh, this works. No, this was something else, and yeah, there's something on the bakery. I mean, we haven't really done much on this yet, and I turned off the NPC conversation, so yeah, this now gives an error. That is not a big problem. That I can handle. And I do not have a level loader yet. No. So this works fine. The idea of the gray boxing, of the level boxing, was basically to test out what is in the level and to make it fun first before actually making the images. Because I always get clapped on my fingers that I try to make it pretty too fast. And which is okay. I get that. I'm not good at level boxing it out, you know. I'm still learning level design. Level design for me is the hardest thing in the world. That really is something I'm not good at. I just don't get it, you know. My brain doesn't want to wrap around doing level design. And it should, but it doesn't. And what I was doing last time was trying to somehow incorporate the scripting that we did for what the level should be about, what should happen in the level, and with that, block out what should be there which areas we should get to, and from there we should be able to build out the level, right? So that's why we added a butterfly idea, so that Gaia learns to jump because of the butterfly, and the butterfly will lure her over and she will try to catch it. That butterfly will then lure her over this bridge that you just see here on the right, just on the edge here, right there, that one, that will open. So she will jump over where I cannot follow, and then she can go into a park where she will see suddenly a portal emerge, and I'm just not there in time. So she steps through the portal and enters to the world of Greek mythology. Thing is, it also needs to be interesting. It needs to be fun, because if it's not fun, then we lose people in the first minute and nobody will ever play the game again. So that is also something that I'm worried about. So basically, those are the worries that we have, or I have. You can iterate the fun. Yeah, so I mean, there's still a lot to be done. I need an area before this. This is basically where we end up when she starts to gain control in the game. Like, you gain control of Gaia when you get around here to the bakery, the Amsterdam parts with the canals. Before that, she will be in a park, but it will be on rails. You know, it's going to be like a Unity timeline part, which I still need to figure out too, by the way. So you will go through the streets of Amsterdam, you will jump over that bridge, you will get to the portal, and that's when the game really, really starts. So the first part of the game is basically to let you know the basic mechanics, like jumping, maybe running and jumping, and after that, you will go through a portal and get out. So what we did in the blocking out level is we made this part, and then at the end, we decided it would make sense if Gaia needs to, after meeting this butterfly here, jump over this, and then also needs to figure out that she needs to jump on this to go through the portal. There will be some storytelling elements in there as well. So I guess that first level doesn't need to have too much of the actual gameplay. On the other hand, and I think that's true, as soon as people start playing this and they think that this first level was like, nothing to it, I don't like this game, then they might just go away immediately. You give the player a hint to chase the butterfly, like having her say, ooh, yeah, I will do that for sure. There's yeah, a dialogue here where she learns to jump, which was right around there, here. She learns to jump because she sees a butterfly. So she wants to try and chase it. So the butterfly will start to fly away as soon as she tries to catch it. And then it will just lure her around. It will fly in front of her, just not far enough that she will not be able to chase it, and also not close enough that she will be able to catch it. So yeah, she will have a moment where she actually thinks, oh, a butterfly, I should try and catch it. If it's not fun enough, you can always make it more fun. Yeah, true. I also am worried about the length of the level. I mean, this feels like you will play through that in 20 seconds, which is probably true. On the other hand, you will start with something that will introduce you to the story, so the storyline will be told, and that's also not something that goes in 5 seconds, so there's dialogue to be told. You don't have control yet. You get to see the environment, and maybe because of that, enjoy the level a bit more, because otherwise you will just run through it and it's done. So yeah, this is just crazy. It just loads so weird. I don't understand why it does that, but I have to load it twice for it to be good. Have you ever seen that happen? Because I haven't. There's something wrong with my Unity, that's pretty sure. Because it keeps doing things that I would say are crazy and shouldn't happen. Well, the first time I loaded it was like this little corner in here. And I have to stop it and run it again, and then it's full screen. I don't know what's going on with my Unity, but my play mode doesn't go directly to full screen. It's yeah, look, probably have to load my level again first. Just let me do that. So look, this little corner, so it's this whole black around it, also happens when I press play. Pay attention. See, now my entire level is in this little bit right here. That's not supposed to be. Now I play again. And it's fine. Don't you think that's weird? Because I do. Anyway, I need to also make sure that I turn off some stuff here. I don't want by default to have my player prefs to be set to turn off backgrounds. So let's have an initial value of 0. It's the weirdest thing. I've been noticing it before, and it's not just that. The same thing goes with my if you go to the world, the water reflection, I have to click it first before it loads. I don't understand. I don't think I did anything that makes that happen. But it's there. It is there. And it's really strange. And it bugs me sometimes because I don't know why it is. But, you know, I try to deal with it. Levels. Oh yeah, I made a ladder. An actual ladder. It looks like this. Instead of that beautiful one that Incredibro did. Anyway, I don't know if I will need that in this level, and I think what I want to do first is work on the key elements, like the portal that is not still done, this bridge that needs to be bigger because it's too small, stuff like that. So I can actually start creating stuff a little bit better. And this bridge really, the more I look at it, the more I find it terrible. But it needs those things, those pillars. Yeah. Can be really hard to be me, you know. I'm missing some pillars also. So there should be stuff here that is not there. Doesn't matter. You know what? I'm going to look up a new reference and just make it from the reference. So there's our nice bridge. That's the actual bridge that I wanted to make this out of. Need to check a little bit how it's done because it looks like these things are solid. There's nothing around it. And I'll just make this in A sprite. I don't know where A sprite is, by the way, but I had it open already. Not loading. Yeah, it really is one of those days. I mean, what on earth is A sprite doing, and why is it not loading? It should be there already. Maybe I need to kill Steam from here. Hello. Steam web helper is not helping. Exit. Restart Steam. That's probably why it didn't load. Yeah, sometimes applications can be like we would say, bitches. They can be really bad. Anyway, let's try to have as much fun as we can, even with feeling not so great. Sure, it can go better. Can only go better, right? Sometimes stuff just hangs for whatever reason. Now we have to wait. Oh, by the way, I also made something for that Game Jam game that we did last week. It's not finished yet, but I'm quite proud of the fences that I made. Look. Isn't that cool? Of course, here and there. I have to reinstall it to fix it. Well, that is not nice if you have to reinstall it just to fix it. That's a bit much. I did like my fences here. And to make something really cool out of that. Because we were trying to make, I don't, did you even get that last week? What we did? You were not there, right? Like usual, I didn't have enough time to finish anything, so I was working together with Kiro and Incredibro, and Kiro had some time, but also little time. Incredibro couldn't load the version of Unity that we were using, Unity 6, so his laptop just his Mac couldn't handle that. So in the end, we didn't finish. But we did say that that we were going to work on it some more. So I made something outside of the time. Basically, I was doodling a little bit. I make this. I kind of like this fence really much, especially the gate. Really fits the theme. So I was really happy with that. But then again, the paths, this is horrible. I cannot get anything that looks cool. Mech is not that limited. It's just his mech probably is limited. I also made some skeleton parts. So we have, for example, the hips, and will be glowing. So we have it animated. It looks like this. So I did make some stuff for it, but again, not done. Which starting to become a little bit of a story of my life. Everything is not done. And you could say basically it's going to be done when it's done, but yeah, I mean, cannot keep doing that forever. It has to be done someday. I also was working on a level design here, and as usual, you can tell that I'm not great at this, so I don't even know what this part is. I think I was starting to block that out or something, but I was just pretending like, okay, this is water, there's my thing, and this is my bakery, that's it. And then I was already like, I don't know how to do this. I really don't. I'm terrible, man. Level design and I wanted to make this a tile map. That was my biggest concern. I wanted to make a tile map, so I made some different versions of this stuff here so that we actually could use this as tiles. And I converted that, and as you can see, we have different tiles now. So that much works, but the rest of it, it doesn't. So I guess I'm gonna make a new file. I just don't know how big I want that bridge to be. Hey, carry it in. Have you considered sketching on paper, real or digital first? I have. I have. I am let me just a second. I even bought these books for that. I have one downstairs that I try to every now and then do something in. I bought a few because yeah, you know, I'm ambitious. Hey there. Welcome in. Welcome. For you, David, Carradine is over on YouTube, so that's why you don't see him, but I can respond to him. So I'll make sure that everything he says is going to be also said to you, so you know what's happening down there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make that bridge, and I will just use the maybe for gray boxing you could use some quick drawn art as placeholder holder. That way you may feel better about it, and it would be quick. Yeah, that's my biggest issue, and I hate myself for it. But I cannot stand to have something half drawn. You know, it's so hard for me to leave something half finished and not looking nice because I have a style in my head, and if I do the gray boxing, the quickly drawn art as placeholder, then I know exactly what that's going to be. It's going to stay. It's going to stay. I don't want that. I don't want it to stay. I want it to become pretty. I wonder if it would be better for you not to do gray boxing. I think it might be because I cannot set myself to it. You do have that right. Yeah, I know. I know I do. So we have this bridge here. Look, this is the one that I want to make. So as you can see, there's a chain here, which is difficult. There's a chain here, and these are solid objects. So these move along with the bridge. So it would be smart to find a reference image where it's closed and one where it's open. So I can try to simulate that using an animation. The hardest part of that, and maybe somebody of you has experience with that, I would like then probably I would have to make a moving collider because this part will be colliding. The rest I don't care about that. I don't want to collide with it, and this also. But the rest of the bridge, it doesn't have to collide. So when it opens, the animation will make that collider not work anymore, right? That's gonna stay in place. That's one of those things that I always struggle with. But I think I will try and have another go at this bridge. Just get the lengths correct and be sure to pivot them on the pivot points and then close it until it connects and you should be fine. Close it until it connects, yeah. Which is also funny. I need to have that same bridge but close. Let me see it. This is the bridge here, but it's from the side that it matters. That image. That's the bridge when it's closed. Obviously, and I don't like that much, it's a different angle. Those different angles can make it a little bit tough because you cannot really see what you want to see. At least I can't. because I want to see how they connect, because it looks like, yeah, this connects completely, right? Must be, otherwise people cannot drive over it. You're surprised at how far it goes down? You thought it would be less? Yeah, because here I should not. These bridges can really collapse quite far. It's it is something. Yeah, it meshes, but I was wondering because some parts stick out. Well, the things that stick out, I will not put in there. That's too much. I'm not gonna make a completely accurate version of it because that is just even too much for me. But I need it to be clearly bigger because this is a grown man. I will make it with Gaia as a reference, and she will be maybe until here, and the rest should clearly be that big. So, for example, if that is her height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times her height. Artistic license? Yeah, yeah. I mean artistic freedom. I am free to make it the way I want. That is for sure. So let me create a new file just for because I have no clue how big it has to be. I will make it 1920 by 1080 just because I need to figure it out first. Let's see. So let's start a little bit at the bottom and put in a frame of Gaia. Should be able to do that. Where's my idol? Where's Gaia idol? That is weird. Here. There she is. So let's copy one frame. Her in here. Okay, so now we know more or less her size. So let's put her somewhere here. And turn on the grid, by the way. Settings 4x64. If you made quick placeholder art, you could just make it so bad you would never leave it in. Yeah, easier said than done. You don't know, but perfectionist me, man. It's really harder to do that than you think. Anyway, yeah, let's put her a little higher, like here. Okay. Good. Let's put it player. But I like your thinking. If I do that, I might just be able to make sure that I never leave it like that. Okay, let's right. Save, right? I need to save that bridge. Let's save it. Save image as not 311. Skinny bridge. Let's put in a new reference layer. Would be nice if I could find it. Brug there. Okay, so should be able to move that. So when she's here, yeah, that's more or less, that's actually quite correct. I think that would be how tall she is. So I guess from here I could just go sketch it. There's a little bit of a slope in here, so that's funny. Always nice when it's not straight, not. The grid helps, because the grid makes me think of the 64 by 64. And hey, incredible, welcome in. Yeah, perspective. But it really isn't straight. I know that for a fact. It's a little bit of an inclination. You go up because of those arches. So it actually isn't straight. So what I would like to do is put this more or less in the middle. Much in the middle as it can be. May the balls be with y'all. Oh, it's not perspective. No, it's not. It's like straight in front of it. This is one of the few photos that I can find from the front. Because usually they take them from an angle. And that makes it harder for me to actually make it. Put her here. She's on the bridge. There you go. Funny, now I have the other side goes down to, yes, both of them go down. It's like there's a double bridge. It goes like this. And then it's closed and we can cross. So from this we can start drawing, I guess. And it's not going to be easy. Especially as I need to sort of wing the one that is closed. Will Gaia be 1 square high? Yeah, she's 64 pixels high. I mean, the non-moving parts slope down on each side. Yes, yes, they do. So this is all gonna have like a little bit of an arch. Which makes everything challenging. But yeah, I did this on purpose so that Gaia will be a nice reference on the size of this entire thing. Because, like you said before, incredible, this bridge was too small. Because basically the height of this pillar would be like 3, 4, 5, more or less 6 times Gaia. More or less 6 times. And right now in the game, he will never be 6 times that. But I must say that I wouldn't know how many times she is. Move her there. Yeah, now she's like, look at this. She's half of the giggling make the work easier. Yes, but you know, some parts of this bridge I'm happy with. Other parts of this bridge I find horrendous. So I'm not gonna keep everything that I had anyway. It's this bottom part, for example. I don't know. It looks like nothing. This is not something I'm proud of. Not something I would want to have in the game like this. And yes, we've been talking a little bit before about how boxing it out might not be my best way to do it. I'm simply having a rough time doing that, you know. And like I said before you came in, I'm not having the greatest day. I feel like nothing is making progress. Every time I feel like I'm getting a little bit of momentum, I go back down and start all over again because I do it different or whatever. And I don't feel like it's progressing this way. So, as much as this might be perfectionism getting in my way, it might also help me to actually do that. To be perfectionistic, as it were. Why didn't I see them? These symmetry options. Oh yeah, there we go. Baylor Bay. I feel you. Sometimes we get a boost when we can manage to get something just right. Reiterating is part of life. Yeah, reiterating is part of life. I know that. That is not the biggest problem. But, you know, it can be a little bit demotivating to keep going back and forth and feeling like, yeah, I'm doing it again and again and again and again and again and again and again, but nothing is really getting there. Nothing is moving along. I'm not making a level. I don't know. I was feeling quite down in the dumps today, to be honest, because of it. So let's do this again with layers. So let's put the arms in big standing pillars, I guess. Because those are the easiest to start with, basically. And I'll just make sure that they're like in sync, because I guess this is not exactly from the front, but almost. And it would probably be easier if I use this one as a reference instead of that one, because then you get an angle in there again, and that makes it harder to actually do it properly. I guess. I mean, let's first throw away some colors here. We don't want everything. I want my palette to be based on the actual bridge. How's the progress on GDD, by the way? Planning is something I think you'll have a good boost with. The GDD is, it's, there is part of it there. I, I don't know. What should I say? What I wrote down in the README file basically is so far the GDD. The other thing is not a GDD. What I was making, that's more like a presentation. So a real GDD, I would say that is not a GDD. Check. Because this is what I wrote so far. So yeah, a little bit of backstory, who she is, what it's about. You take on the role of a 5-year-old girl. The gameplay, it's pixel art platform, a focus on narrative, story and narrative, the characters that we come across in the first level, that is. And then some introductory level, approximately 7 minutes. Next to a canal for most part, iconic buildings, busy and populated, bicycles, birds flying around, boats going through the canals, and a part of Vondelpark, where you will have more luscious green and you'll be able to see people exercising or something, or relaxing on the grass. I think probably more the relaxing on the grass, otherwise I have to animate people doing exercise, which is probably not the easiest to do. Found something really useful, let me share it on server. Yeah, sure. Always welcome to do that. Although I think I also should realize that I'm not incredible and I'm not the one who's churning out games in no time. So I should also be realistic. You're faster than me. You will always stay that most likely. And that is okay. I mean, I don't need to be the same kind of fast as you are. I'm different, and I always will be. Everyone got their talents. True. I guess. I'm desperately trying not to say, are you going to draw the move bridge parts flat and then rotate them into position? Yes. I am going to make first the fundamentals of the bridge, so like the pillars and the things that don't move. And then I need to make sure that I make them almost flat, like we saw in that other image, which I can just show you again. Like it's almost flat, but not entirely. There's like a little slope in it. It's a little more even than this part. As you can see, this is sloping and this is sloping, but this slopes a little bit more even when it's closed. So that's where my starting position will be, and I think I might most likely just make this bridge in a way that these parts don't get become part of the bridge. Really well explained outlines for making a good GDD. Okay, I will have a look at it later if you don't mind. So then I will make the parts that actually move this, 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 and the change in between to be part of something else that will just will be the only part that animates. The only thing I'm worried about, and maybe Incredible, you know this because you also know Unity quite well. If I put a collider on this and then I start animating it, if the collider will be only on this bottom part of this maybe entire thing, will the collider move with the animation? Because that is something I have never been able to figure out yet. So before, what I did was actually make a collider on a single part, just this thing. And if that moves, yes, it moves. But we have multiple parts that move, I guess. I don't know. I'm making it harder as it is, I guess, as always. Polygon collider and animate it along with sprites. You animate the collider? Okay. That I didn't know. Good thing I know now. Let's see where that ended up. Oh, wrong color. Didn't want to do that one here. I want to start with this one because that's more like our actual pillar. Let's get a dark color here. Right here. Will be less dark on the other side, but let's just, for now, for clarity, do the same. And now I should have that also on the other side. And look at how much that differs. This is not the middle yet. I thought I was almost in the middle, but I guess I'm not. I have to figure out the middle so I can actually, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe, again, I'm doing it right. You can tell me if I'm being an ass and doing it again. I understand. I'm being bad. So there will be the pillar. Like all the way down. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough. Wow, still a straight line. Right, even me. The good thing is the color is so right on the money that I can hardly even find my line. He coughed at the exact same time. Oh my god. That is creepy, I guess. Yeah. Let's stop. There. And that gets a little bit darker at some point, so we will do the details later. Just need to have the outline of this thing there. Check again. Huh. Good. Didn't know I was still straight. Okay. So that's about it. You can leave the man out. Oh, you think I was gonna draw in the man? I wasn't. Also not this one. No, he's not getting in there. Not allowed. We don't want everybody to be in our game. So let's close this off. Fill it up. There we go. That means we got a pillar. That's more or less where we want it to be. Let's put in some darker color around this order. Platform top of it. Okay. To be honest, I have no idea if this is gonna look good. Might. Also might not. I have to highlight that later, but for now, bothering. Skoda ad. Buy Skoda, guys. Well, I'm not trying to sell you guys a Skoda. I would never do that. It's funny though. Okay, so that leaves the first pillar and the second pillar on the other side should be there, right? Okay, now we're gonna get to a harder part. Basically, yes, should have it like that. Can make the rest of the. You can buy me one. I will not be able to buy you one, but incredible. I'm sorry, man. Having enough trouble buying the stuff I need to buy for myself. Absolutely not easy nowadays. The world is too expensive, man. It's too expensive. Give me your Tesla. It's not mine. It's just leased, man. It's just leased. I don't own it. I wish I did. I just don't. So unfortunately for you, there's not much I can give you there. So something of an indication where the ground is. Okay, a little easier on myself. That just happened. What? Why did that jump? Huh? I was gonna make it easier on myself, guys. I thought for once, let's just do nothing, not everything myself, and let's just copy this stuff, right? Just like copy one of those blocks and just say Control C, Control V. That is not supposed to happen with that. Something is moving when I do that. Ow. Yeah. Supposed to be possible. Is somehow. Something like that would be. It's not going to be perfect, but you know, that's how you get your ground and make that happen. Maybe it will work now that I don't have a background layer, reference layer. I can maybe do that. What is this? This is crazy. Man. Tools are fighting me. I hate it when tools do that. I did Control C, Control V, and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay. Be like that. What? How? This is connected. How is this not closing? I really want. This day just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Nothing wants to do what I want it to do. I hate that. It couldn't be possible. That's just. Yeah, of course. That's the thing. When I do it like this, I cannot do. What? Oh, okay. Mirrored mode, guys, not mirrored mode in two different places. Yeah, because things are not making any sense. I didn't put that there. And why is this not connected when it is here? That is technically impossible. This is technically impossible. How does it even happen, you guys? I'm in mirror mode. It should do exactly the same on one end as on the other. That is not doing the same thing on one end as on the other. Okay, I'm done. I'm done for now with mirror mode. Not working. What I could also see is that this is not same position. And it is mirrored. Let's turn it back on once. Let's see what it does. I might have been the copy pasting that just didn't go right. But even then, it should really not be an issue. Okay, it works again, but it's still more or less where I want it to be. So I think with this, we can actually happen. I see some of those little circles in there. I'll probably make some of those with some highlights in it. So it looks like there's like this thing in there. But first, let's create the bridge a bit more. We'll have some pillars on it later, but it's all later. Let me just keep going with this bridge because it looks like it's sort of symmetrical. That's doable. But David, nothing really eases my mind, I guess, today. Also not helping that I have too much on my mind. I'm usually a pretty relaxed guy, and I think I still am. I have a lot of worries. Those are not good advisors. Your internet tweaked? What is that? Why did it do that? Sure it wasn't incredible or a bowling out? Indian problems. It was just bawling on you. My last pixel is one. My last section is 1 pixel shorter. Sure about that? $14. 4. 14. Could be okay. One before that one. So this one. 8. 12. Ah. Could be there. Oh no. When you're right, you're right. Good to have somebody else paying attention. It's so much for that, babe. Baylor Bay, sorry. Oh. 14. At least now she's standing on the bridge, guys. What happened is that you counted with 2 pixels without spacing. Yeah, that can happen. So she's actually standing on the bridge now. Finally. She's having some ground under her feet. Let's pull her down a little. Yay, somebody's on the bridge. Okay. We can keep going with that, but for now, this is not so important. So let's create another layer. call this moving elements. I guess moving. How should I call that? Bridge parts or bridge bridge ground? I guess. Thing is, it will go up a little more, so figure out how to do that without making much. Let me check out the reference for that. It has a same kind of color as here, brownish color. Below that white, so that white part is going to be going. So the slanted parts and the vertical parts are separate images. Yes, they will be. I will export them separately. So when I'm done, I will have the pillar and the ground one thing, and then those two things that open another thing, and the one that are on top as well. Or maybe I will put them in one. Art magic, yeah. As far as that is called magic, I guess. Yeah, it could be magic. There's going to be a small slope in that, so a little bit more than this. So not 14, but maybe let's put this on 12 so that it goes a little faster up. Because those elements should be here, but they should be on a hinge. And let's see how that might work. Because they go down a little bit too compared to the, I would say. Just a little, no? There's like a circle here. On the other side? Yeah, there's like a rotating area here. And this part also needs to go a little longer, because otherwise it would not work. Let's see how I draw this. Because this part is the harder for me. I don't consider this much to be art yet. It's just me trying to do something and trying to go up in a way that is making sense. So the closed one, do we keep it the same color, guys, or should we have that a little darker so it's clearly not the same thing? What do you guys think? I think we can go a little darker than that. Maybe in between that and the black. So more like here. And put that. It's not black, but it looks like it, you know? What I think I'm gonna do. So we're gonna connect it. The bottom outline will also connect. No, will be lower than the bridge. Bottom, let me check this on the reference one. Yeah, so this part will be much lower. So the top will be less than this one, so it's not as high. And we have a big brown area here that will be connected to the bridge. Okay, okay. I think I got it. I think I do. Not saying it's going to be. Let's make it a big block here. This goes like all the way here. Fill that up. That's the part that will move, but will also go with the entire thing. So this is like a sort of weight, I guess you could say. And from here, I'm starting to count, like to always that. This is since the beginning that I do pixel art. I keep making that mistake. 12, so we just make 12, not more. Don't laugh. You're a fan of my pixel art. You should be crying for your mother that I'm still doing that wrong. By the way, it's not true. Incredible. You're not making pixel art that often, so this doesn't happen to you all the time. Liar, liar, liar. Pants on fire. I do make pixel art for my UI. Okay, I'll give you that one. Kind of all the time. Well, more than never. Makes me think of Tenacious D. There's a song they have called Master Exploder, where he's basically singing in a way, and he says that somebody's head explodes because of it, and he says that that shit happens to him all the time. And I love that song. But you know, Tenacious D, I love Tenacious D. Tenacious D is awesome. Still remember that I had to sing tribute. I don't think I gave that a good tribute though. Was tribute, right? Yeah, I did sing that. Yeah, Jack Black is awesome. He doesn't have too much of a. He doesn't take himself too seriously. That's what I really like about him. That he just can make fun of himself and not care that people might think that is that he's a dumbass or something, which he definitely is not. He's one of the smartest guys I know. But there's also they're so funny. There's actresses here in the Netherlands that are pretending to be not so smart. Today the song is SOS by Dimash Kudaibergen, right? You mean the song that will be sung by your not so good singer Dragonspirit Games, you mean? I don't know. I don't know if I know that song. That's by Dimash Kudaibergen. I've heard it. I should try and find that one. Give me a second. I want to hear it. Maybe I know, but maybe I don't. SOS. Dimash Kudaibergen. You think I can sing that? I need to understand the words first, man. Yeah. If you want me to try and do that, then you're probably gonna go have an issue. I can't. Man, I can't. That is a beautiful song from what I could just hear in a few seconds, but there's no way I can sing that. It's French. You can spy them from your window. Actually, no. My window here. There's a little window here, but that's looking out to the north. So if I would see anyone, it would not be the French. It would be the Norwegians. Anyway, no songs have been redeemed so far. So fun and games, and ads are coming apparently. And there they are. Will be Hallelujah by Nanowar of Steel. Nanowar? Sounds like Manowar. You know Manowar, guys? Because that is something I know pretty well. Wait for the ad. Old Wild West is. I'm not doing anything interesting anyway. I'm just making more pixel art. That's it. How far away are we still? Oh, pretty far. Oh, come on. Ads will end in 1 minute. We have a live announcer today. Thank you for that, Incredibro. And a War of Steel are a comedy metal band. Okay, then they're probably basing their parody off of Manowar. Welcome back, indeed. Must be so boring to look at me making block after block after block. On the other hand, it is pixel art in a way, so. We're getting there, guys. Almost. Can you increase the brush size to 4 by 4 pixels and use the line tool? Could have. Could have. I'm almost there already anyway. I don't like the line tool, by the way. And I know I'm probably the only one. Line tool for me doesn't cooperate. Could have because almost there. Yeah. Yeah. And I will need to check that reference thing because there was in the middle there's like this bigger block also. So yeah, they're gonna be connected with those blocks that also go down a little bit here less and then a little bit more there. Okay. I might have to steal some space from this, but let's see. Again, I do this wrong tool. This one here. Looks funny to see it being drawn in mirror mode. Really does. Looks like balls. Yes, they are. They're actually balls. There's nothing pixel art about this. It's just balls. Only balls. Oh, not anymore. Now he says it doesn't look like it anymore. Everything in the world is just balls being connected in a way. So they look like something else, right? Has his own little bit of animation. It's more or less as it. Okay. So we have them connected. That's already good. Now we need to have the bottom part look more or less like what this would look if it's closed. And there's like letters or something. But I'm not gonna draw those letters. That's a bit too much. Funny thing is, yeah, it is. You think that it just looks like that, but that man enjoys that. And who are you to judge? Incredible. Yeah, it says it all. He's very comfortable. You can tell. He really likes this. Okay, so from what I have seen, I would say that this needs to be a bit higher even. Not too much, but like that. And then definitely this also. So let's go here and here. I can maybe try and connect that. That's a shame. Would have been nice if that would just be connecting. Oh, I'll do it like that then. La, 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 la. Almost there, guys. Tedious work, but somebody's got to do it, right? You know what I think went wrong the last time I drew this? I drew this basically off of a photo, but without having it as a reference material. So basically, then you don't have also the reference of Gaia next to it, but also you do not have the reference of the bridge size. And so it becomes a bit harder to estimate those values and just you just do something, you know, that makes it look sort of okay. And I think I'm still not high enough on the middle area, so probably need to re-change that thing to maybe we should make it like exactly a stick until almost there, because this looks like it becomes bigger, you see? Like thicker. And then it goes rounded to that part. But I guess again I should again say to myself not to be so perfectionist. But you know, hard to change yourself. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it like it should be. Guess that means this one goes also. Directly connected. Then it should be easier. That one isn't. That's such a shame. Okay. Reference layer off. Yeah, this is much straighter. Better. Now let's just hope that my daughter will not be 70 years old by the time this game is done. Because then she will actually have to finish it herself. I am trying to learn about level design, by the way. Even though I find it really hard to grasp. I've looked into it. I've watched videos on it. I've read tutorials and I've read articles about it, but none of them and her incredi uncle finish it. Her incredi uncle will that be your son or something? Because by the time that I will be that old and she will be that old, you will be also ancient, man. Forever young, yeah. In your dreams, sir. No, I'll transfer my consciousness into a USB stick. Where did I see that before? I saw that somewhere. that wasn't a movie. Wasn't in that movie Megan. Have you guys seen that? That's a horror movie about an AI um, robot helper for a household that becomes friends with the young girl of the house. And then she becomes so obsessive and so possessive of that relationship, basically, that anybody who gets in the way becomes killed. Uh, and not just that, but she also, in a moment, knows that she's gonna get killed and transfers herself into, I think, in the computer or in a USB stick. I don't know exactly, but her consciousness goes. So it's kind of funny that you would mention that. Okay, so I'll make the bottom a little thicker, and then I'll be okay with it. Can be okay with it. My consciousness could fit in a floppy disk. You don't even need a piece of paper for mine. You could just write it all down. He knows nothing. That would be the end of it. That way I could at least visit Netherlands. Yeah, that would be true. You could get to the Netherlands by becoming a USB stick. The only thing would be, I don't know how much use that would be to you, because you would not be able to actually enjoy it much, because you're not there, actively there at least. Thicker. This is gonna turn off again, because otherwise I cannot see shit. By the way, incredible, I actually started this stream today by showing off the fences I made for our game jam game. I'm especially quite proud of the gateway, the door basically, to that graveyard that I made. I mean, that would that was something I just doodled in between work hours, and I just made it because I was wanting to make something. And then it actually turned out much nicer than I thought in the beginning. You're being very sweet there, brother Paul. Because I don't always like everyone. I'm sure I also make tons of terrible stuff. If I really have the mindset and the mood and the time, then I can make art. But if I don't, oof, then I make trees that look worse than what a toddler would draw. Sure, most of the time it's good though. Ah, I'll take it, I guess. Thanks for the compliment. Got our pillar, we got that. So we need to now, trust me, my pixel art is mostly squares. I trust you. Doesn't mean it's bad. If the intention is actually for it to be like that, then it's good. Yeah, make everything minimal. That's my approach. Yeah, better approach than mine, most likely. Ah, how is this connected? Trying to figure this out, but I don't see it. Same on this side. There's like, it looks like there's a pillar, but it's not, because that is on the other side. They've decided to make one final game. You're gonna quit game development? What? It's not April 1st, man. Not supposed to say stuff like that. Before you burn your PC. Okay. Don't burn it, man. There's no need for it. There's people who love that old kind of stuff in museums. Are you guys watching with me? Because I can't figure out how this is connected. Because this goes up, so. But it doesn't look like it's stuck to anything. These sidebars, you know? I'm sure they're connected to something, but I don't see it. Not when I zoom in either. I mean, there's something here, but where does that go? Yeah, I know they pivot separately, but these bars have to be connected to something, right? Otherwise they will not float in the air. Looks also, by the way, like one is on the other side and this one is this side. Also, this beam is on the other side. That beam is here. Beam coming down in the center. This, but it's a chain. Or you mean this one? Chain and then beam. I would have to look at. Can I post a link? For sure, you can post a link. Taylor Bay, you can post anything here. We trust you. We're here as a trusting bunch. We know that it could happen that somebody posts something wrong, but then we just delete it again. Skinny bridge. Yeah, the Magere Brug. Yeah, that's the one that I'm actually looking at. But this one is different. Een andere Magere Brug, as they would say in Dutch. That's a different skinny bridge, but it's here. It has it on both sides. I think this one is easier. Looks like, at least. If only they could have this picture a bit more from the front. That makes it much easier to draw everything, but okay, I can handle it. Same mechanics, and you have the bolt goes on slits. Yeah, looks a little different, right? Merci beaucoup. Je vais faire pipi maintenant. You're going to do pee-pee? Oh, cool. What a load of information that I didn't really need. But thank you for that. Thank you. I'm so happy I know this now. My life feel it says merci beaucoup. My life feels enriched now that I know that Incredible is going for the toilet. So nice to know that. I really needed to know. So these parts are going to be changed and then What is? Yeah, so the horizontal bar beam pivots to shore. Plots by the center. Yeah, and this one, this is must be connected to this bridge bottom part, but also this one goes over this area. So the pivot point is behind the wall. If you would see it, basically, pivot point here is like there somewhere. So we would see the wall, and then it goes behind. Yeah, it's hinges. Yeah, these are part of this area though. So this will rotate around with it. This will stand still. So this has a rotating area, I think. Stupid for me that I do not know this from the top of my head because I'm Dutch. I should know these things. I should know these things. Cannot even figure out how the bridges in my own country work. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll just make something that is part of this. So I'll put it here and then make those things go with it. I don't think you should know every bridge in your country. Maybe not. The Captain Coder. Hey, hello. That has been quite a while that I've seen you in my streams. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. And I'm not coding right now, and you must be so ashamed of me right now. I'm just doing pixel art, and we're trying to figure out how on earth these hinges work. Because, you know, if you look at these bars, the first time I was looking at it, like, that doesn't connect to anything, you know? It's not connecting. Happy Monday to you too. I hope you're doing amazing, Captain Coder. For those of you who do not know Captain Coder, I would definitely recommend to check him out. Last week we rated him. Was last week? Yes, I think so, right? Shout out to the Captain Coder here. Coder. Works? No? It doesn't work. What the hell is wrong? Anyway, follow the Captain Coder, guys. You all should go and have a look at the Captain Coder because it's so amazing to see him go ahead and explain things. He already does that as a teacher to kids who he's teaching to code. First of all, I find that already amazing. You win my heart with that. And then second of all, he teaches people who are not kids in the same kind of way, which really sticks. So it's really cool. And I'm not too kind. It's just the truth. So, and again, I'm having to tell myself right now I'm overthinking things with this bridge because I'm thinking I might not do it with those hinges like this. I just put some bar and that goes along with the rest of the. I don't know. I have to. I have to put myself in place sometimes because if I don't, then this bridge will never happen the way I want it to happen. But I get so confused. I look at this and like, how on earth is this even here? It's just floating around in space, but there's on the edge of these chains, there's something that is solid and that stays in place. And that is what connects this. But the bottom part, it is connected to something that I also don't really see. It's not visible enough in the picture. So that makes it hard to do it correctly, you know? But the funny thing is that these chains have they're hinges. Yes, they're hinges, but I cannot, they're connected to something that must be on this movable part or not. I guess not. This part is more like connected to the pillar and moves somehow. But how am I going to make that in the pixel art that will move? That is the thing that I'm a little worried about. But maybe I should just not worry about it again. Like I always have to tell myself, don't worry about it and just do it. It can be fixed because it's the far side that slides thanks to yeah, but that will be hard for us to do. So I'm gonna have to be creative with this and just make them hang around in the air or something. So not make them too far. And I'll just pretend that they're hinged. Because otherwise I don't see how I'm gonna do it. So there's going to be some black area and there's going to be some dark area. Not so dark area, I mean. Let's put it from here. That here. That will work. You can do it because the pivot point is on the hinge. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I need to check it out. I need to check it out. Like I said, I'm not having my greatest day. I'm not feeling super secure today, which will hopefully pass soon because it's not nice to feel like that. This is too thick. Gonna make this just go with the other thing below it, so that would make the most sense. At least if I do the lines correctly. At least that one is an easy one. So how are you doing, the Captain Coder? How have you been? Have you been streaming today? Or are you still gonna be streaming today? You've been well. That's good to hear. I know that you've had some trouble because of streaming, right? You said recently on your Discord server that it became too much. You were doing too much. Uh, is that over, or is it still? Oh, you had an issue with your ISP. It was not nothing that you were getting too much with the streaming? Because I kind of remember seeing something like that, but maybe I saw it wrong or saw it with somebody else. Because I mean, I would understand because you was streaming like every day for a certain moment with your own game jam and all that kind of stuff. The mechanically challenged challenges, which were fun. It was a forced break, but taking the break made me realize I was doing too much for streaming. Yeah, yeah, it can become a little bit much if you do it so often. You're right. And for me, it's easier. I just do it once a week, so that's quite a difference compared to your kind of schedule. Also teaching, and I think your teaching is also online, right? So you're basically constantly behind a PC. But I remember your sessions with your stretching and your treadmill even for a while. That was really fun to see. Yeah, for now, just going to stream when I'm feeling like it rather than having a set schedule. Yeah, it won't matter, you know. For you, the people will come anyway. They're already so used to how you stream, and you're such a great influence and such a great teacher. People will want to see you. They come. You don't have to worry. People like you will get their followers to come back all the time. Really appreciate the kind words. Don't. They might want the same kind of words from me. You never know what would happen here. Let me check, because now that would become like a dark thing with a hole in it. Yes. And then, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Ah, the commercial that you can become an NPC in the game. I'm sure not everybody knows that. This is not going to work, so I'm going to have to take this out. End it with it in, then we don't have a hole anymore. That's the disadvantage of having it 4 wide, and there's no pixel in between for making that hole. This probably is a bit too big, no, for the hole. Yeah, it makes sense to have such a big. What will we do with that? I will change it a little. Oh. That would make sense. And it's thinner. I'm not sure about this. This is sort of what it looks like. Sort of. But not entirely. And we have that picture, of course, when it's closed. Obviously, I go the wrong way. Seems to be some space in between it, so I can make it a bit shorter and get away with that. Because now they're connecting, and that makes not a lot of sense. Not everything should connect. Okay, let's do that then. Oh, that is really hard though. For that, I need it to be not connected. I wouldn't stress about it too much. I think you're the only person to look at the bridge this closely since it was designed. Most likely, yes. That is the problem that a lot of people have, right? They put a lot of time in their art, and then in the end, maybe one person will actually notice that you did that. But, those are the kind of things that we have to deal with. We want to make it look good, then yeah, sometimes it will mean that nobody will actually see that. But it is what it is. So this will also need to have a connecting part, and I saw something like this. Have it like connecting joint, which still has that color around it. Because that is what is here, and then you would have a single one, which is impossible to see. So I will let it stick out. but then it should not be closed. Okay. I will let it just stick out. Like almost until the pillar. Almost, but not entirely. Looks a little weird from here, but you know, in the end, it should probably look okay. And like you said, I shouldn't stress out about it too much. But now, obviously, I forgot to turn back on symmetry, which is a little stupid. Because I don't know to where I already drew. Still there. Okay. Just gonna trace over this again now that I am back in mirror mode. That should mean that on the other side I know as well. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm starting to get better at these kind of things. But yeah, this bridge is gonna have some iterations. That's most likely. It's too thin, looks like. Oh well. Again, stress out about it, Max. You should not do that at all. You get all of that without. Nope. Nope. I have to make it again. I'll duplicate that later, but it's already 10. Jesus, time flies. I didn't know it was already that late. Well, considering what we had before, I think we're making good progress. This bridge really looks like a big bridge that could actually be in the game, because now look how much smaller she is compared to the bridge than she was before. That, that is an insane difference. The difference is out of this world. Anyway, pretty soon I should start to log off. Tomorrow is another early day, and I don't want to overdo it, otherwise I will not be able to focus at work, which is sometimes already a problem. I I suffer from very little sleep every day. I can basically not sleep. I can go early to bed, I will not sleep. I can go very late to bed and I will feel tired. I will go early to bed, I still feel tired. It's the same kind of shit, different time of going to bed. My wife sometimes jokingly tells me you should go to bed earlier. And I know she's not actually joking, but I go to bed and I just don't sleep. Or I go to bed and I actually do sleep, but I still feel as tired as I do without going to bed early. But I also need my relaxation. Otherwise, I just don't sleep. But, you know, I have this watch. You probably can't see it, but anyway, that watch tells me how I sleep and how much I sleep. And there's not one single night that I have more than 1 hour of deep sleep. So, yeah. You can imagine, even if I lie in my bed for 9 hours, I don't get my rest that I need from just deep sleep. I just don't get it. It's not getting there. But, you know, I'm staying positive because I function. I just have my moments where am super tired. And when I do, then usually I just tell my wife, okay, now I go to bed early because my body tells me to go sleep. And I go sleep. And then there's days where I go to bed late and there's not any care in the world. I'll just wake up again at 5 a.m. like I always do without any problem, you know? It is really weird how my body works in that kind of regard. Still don't understand it properly. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with our progress so far. Still a lot to be done, of course. But we have our first little bit of the moving area, because this will move together. We have the standing pillars, we have a bit of ground. Gaia can stand on it, we have better reference material for it. And I think from this, so we basically changed it from an open bridge to an already closed bridge. From there we can use it to hinge it open. And I'm going to do it much different than I did before, because basically I made all these parts separate, which I'm not going to do this time. What I'm going to do is basically the frame where the pillars are and everything, that will remain one object. It will stay there. It will not animate. And then only those middle parts are going to be joints that I put in the game that I will actually be rotating. And the same for the top ones and the chains. So everything that is solid and will not move will become one object, and everything else will become a separate object. So it's just something that might even be possible to do it smarter than that, but that's something I've learned to at least do it like that. So yeah, with that said, I think we're going to have to find somebody to raid out to. And by the way, Baylor Bay, I'm so sorry that you know stress so well. I have stress, of course. I have plenty of stress, especially financial stress at the moment. Thing that I really need to figure out how to handle. But most of the times, I feel like I'm usually pretty relaxed. I just too much pressure on my own shoulders. That is my biggest problem. But let me just save this first. Download. What the heck am I even doing in download? Here. Let's put this as an sprite file. Make the drawbridge. Meditation also helps with all stress. Yeah. I'm not so good at meditation. I've tried before, but what? Hmm? What? What just happened? Oh, it made a folder. That was not supposed to be. I didn't say to make a folder, did I? Save as. Do not save your ass. File name. Drawbridge. B. So a sprite. What? This is weird. What the heck is it doing? Jesus, why is everything against me today? This is just the craziest shit ever. Okay, let's do it like this then. Drawbridge. Today's sprite. There we go. I didn't want to make a folder. I never said it to make a folder. You don't have to clear your mind. Only try to let the thoughts go. Trying to let it go is the meditation. Okay. Sounds good. Anyway, let's have a look who we could raid out to today. I have no clue. I see Fox Hollow is still streaming, but he's been streaming for 5.5 hours. So there's gonna be a moment soon that he will just go, most likely. We have somebody making, according to himself, the best Celeste clone. That is something. That is not something to say lightly, I would say. I've meditated for 15 years and studied it quite a bit as well. Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, I know who I'm going to go to. I'm going to go to Incarnate. Why am I going to go to Incarnate? Because Incarnate is doing level design. He usually, a lot in French though. Let's see if he, a lot of English going on in the chat. So I'm going to go out and raid Incarnate. So you know what to do, guys. You know, we're going to be nice to Incarnate. We're going to have, show him our dragon love. And if you like what you see, I would suggest you guys follow him. So thank you again, everybody, for being there today. I hope you will again joining me next week. That would be nice. And good night again. Thank you so much. We had very little viewers left, I guess. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much and see you next week. Ciao. Dude, so sad.